Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Blaske, and today we are going to talk about transitions. Not your typical crossfades or adding like a film burn on top. I feel like some of those transitions are overused. And so what we're going to talk about today is how we can actually use camera movement or noticing some foreground elements to transition between shots. So I'm going to show you guys two different clips that I've recently done where I use this kind of transition. It's more of like a natural transition than, something that's forced. So we have a man on top of a parking garage, and then he will suddenly be on the street on his bike.
Never really ends.
With that, it was only one cut, and we used the camera movement to accomplish that. And then on our next clip that we're going to talk about, it's actually the same clip. I just used a foreground element to transition between the two shots.
Pushed friends away just to go to the gym. I stopped hanging out with people just to go to the gym.
Now the big thing with these transitions, you have to keep in mind that the human eye takes just a few seconds to adjust to a new environment when you're editing. If you look at these frame by frame, I'm already down pretty far. And then I kind of come back up with the camera movement. It's not like I cut and I'm in the same spot on the next clip. I kind of give the eye a little more room to adjust. And when you do it fast or in real time, it's unnoticeable. But if I were to, let's say I started it there, because that's kind of where I had the camera on the next shot. It just doesn't look right. The motion blur stops. You can't really adjust. It's already too crisp, A lot of action films will do this actually when they're punching, and if you go frame by frame, you can actually see the fist or whatever come twice, but it's so fast and so it actually smooths it out to our eye. It's just a technique that I like to use a lot. So on our next clip, this is a little more subtle. The last one was very obvious, when people watch it, they ask me how I did that and they notice the transition. This one is a different transition. A lot of people don't ask me about this one, but that's the idea with editing. You want to make it so smooth and so flawless that people don't even realize they're focused so on the story, but you're able to transition your shots and, from a wide to a medium or to a different location without the viewer getting lost and thinking something's wrong. So on this one, we actually had a car in the foreground here. And I used this to transition from a kind of a medium wide to a close-up of our runner here. Now if you look, this is like a black Honda, and then we go right to a white van. But I've never had anyone tell me those are two completely different cars. If you go frame by frame here, it's about the same speed, and we're really invested in our character here that we don't even notice. We just notice that we went from a wide to a medium. I guess my point is, keep an eye out for different elements within the picture that you can transition between flawlessly and not just rely on a film burn or a cross dissolve all the time. Alright, my name is Ryan Blaske. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I will talk to you guys soon.